These are some of the things that I have researched for you guys besides Section A and low income. Some of them do have Section A and low income to start, but they are for permanent housing. So let me reintroduce myself because I do have people that's new. Thank you for joining my channel. I am Yolanda. This is Jeanette Beauty TV, and I do videos on trying to help and motivate people to do better. I used to be a Section 8 person, food stamp person, trying to go to school, trying to do better, and it just didn't work out for me. So I moved on and I was doing my own thing. I tried it for a couple of years to go back to school, and it just didn't work out. My job here now is to encourage you and to show you that you can do better with a little schooling, a little work, and you have to put in the work. Everybody wants something for free. Honey, nothing is free. You want to work for everything that you get, so can't nobody say that they did it for you. When you work for it and you know better, you do better. So in this video, I'm going to give you some references. Some of them may be from California, some of them in your area. Make sure you check your area and do a research of your own to make sure that you can align some of the things that I'm going to mention in this video. Also, I want to give you guys a disclaimer because these are just researches that I'm doing to help you guys out. These services I have experience with, you're going to hear in the video. Some I have not. So do your own research. Always can refer to an attorney. I'm not an attorney or a realtor when you're trying to do other things that I'm going to mention in the video. So let's get started. And so again, the goal is to not be homeless, to do our best, to not get in another situation, to be stable. So some of the things I'm going to mention is not a Section 8 voucher where you can just pick up and move. You're going to actually have to stay in that area. So my advice would be to vet that area. Vetting means go around the area at night, go in the daytime, see what type of activities that go on at night and in the daytime. Sometimes visiting a place is different than living in the place. If you can afford to, hey, go to a shelter or go to a hotel to stay there for a month or two. If you have a job that you can transfer to and they can put you up, and you can just check out the area, especially if you have children, because you do want to move somewhere safe and permanent, somewhere where even if you're in a rural area, you have somewhere to get to work. You have a job with transportation, or there's transportation available in that area. So all those things matter when you're trying to get somewhere stable, okay? Also, the current situation with this big beautiful bill, it has passed through the House, as I told you guys in my last video, and I gave you guys some advice there what I would do. Also, is at the Senate, and the Senate now is picking through some of the things that they're trying to say that they're trying to do, quote unquote, better the bill. Hopefully they come up with ways to not cut so much funding, but we will see. I'm going to go over that bill when they're actually done with it, but I am going to be giving you pieces of the bill like I'm doing now to quote you on some of the stuff that's going on, and we'll go through it. You guys leave a comment and make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see other videos, and make sure you get to know me as a person. People get on here again and they have comments. I've made numerous videos, live streams, going about things that have happened in this world and that's still happening in the world in North America and its surrounding territory. So make sure you watch those videos, because you could just be looking at one video and I'm starting it off with a topic because I have a small audience, and you could think, oh, I'm just talking, I have never done anything. Yes, I've been homeless before. I've been in the Section 8 programs and the food stamp program. So again, you guys need to look at videos and stop just skimming through them for information that you want. You may miss the big picture if you skim through. So the first thing that I've researched is still alive and well that I volunteered for years and years and years ago, is Habitat for Humanity. Now, if you know anything about Habitat for Humanity, they build homes and you have to volunteer, and they do some of the, financing they do a lot of the financing when it comes from $500 homes to $100,000 home, depending on where you're at. Depending on, guys, don't sleep on Habitat for Humanity. You know that you're gonna have to stay in those homes. Read and do your own research. But those are good. That's a good resource that you can use for housing. There's nothing wrong with staying in these places. Even if you just want to stay in them temporary, don't think that you have to have a Section 8 voucher to make it. Habitat for Humanity, and I'll have all the links that I'm talking about down in the description box. But it is a very good program. You can get a lot out of Habitat for Humanity by volunteering. You can learn a lot, and it go back to school. So if you want to go back to school and get your electrical construction degree and learn how to build your own home, get your own land, get you a acre of land, and you can, own. If you can own that land, even if you got the finances, so what? You can build your own home. Let us see it on YouTube. Use your talents. All of us have talents. We all have something to offer this community on YouTube. Whether you're young or whether you're getting older, you have something to offer. So Habitat for Humanity is one of the resources that you can look into for housing, for other different things that they offer. And let's move on to the second thing. Also, I mentioned this in a couple of videos back about housing for foster youth from 18 years old up to 24 years old. They have gave billions of dollars. The HUD has given billions of dollars to help people that are in foster care. I wish this was a thing when I was in foster care. Best friend with my dad's best friend and my dad. So things are better right now for people that are in foster care, that's transition. They have transitional housing. They have all type of emergency vouchers, all type of social services that you can use, all type of psychiatric, anything that you might need that you want to go and talk to somebody. Don't ever be ashamed to talk to somebody, okay? A lot of people in the Black community don't want to realize that mental illness is real, and it is. I have it in my family, and it skips around from generations to generations, but that's another video. Let's move on to the third source that we can look for to try for some housing. If you're near the HUD administration also have given monies away for Indian reservations. If you want to live on an Indian reservation, they have gave millions of dollars for people that want to reside on there. Also, they help out with emergency food. They help out with emergency living arrangements. They are getting funding. So anybody that's getting funding, they have to use this funding, and they have to show that people need it. So make sure you have all your information, all your birth certificates and social security cards and IDs and stuff for you and your family members. These things are serious. Even if you have a passport, make sure you keep up with those things so you can take them with you when you go to these different places. You don't have to be going back and forth. If it was me in this situation right now, I would be going to these places, inquiring, doing my own research online and say, hey, this is available. If not, always call HUD and contact them, because a lot of these people, they're just people, and they like to give stuff to who they want to. And a lot of them are in trouble for this right now. So they're probably going to go ahead and do what they need to do, because a lot of them are getting in trouble for who wants to lose their job or their housing for getting in trouble. So let's move on to the fourth thing that we can do to get housing. The fourth thing that you can do to get housing, or if you already have housing, get a roommate. Yes, you can get a roommate. You can, first of all, you can hire a realtor and have them do a background check for that person. You have to do a background check and other checks for the community that you're in to make sure they're not on a registered list. You have to be able to do those things. But if it was me, just think about it. If you go on Craigslist or Facebook, Facebook have a housing. You go and do your own research if you need a roommate. somebody to help out with the bills. You want to vet that person. You want to get on these websites and you want to do a background check. Ask them for basic information. Start with pay stubs. Go online and print out an application, rental application. There's plenty of rental applications you can get. Print them out. Some of them are free. Or you can go to the places like Home Depot, Staples, who else? Office Depot. They have rental assistance applications that you can purchase. Get a copy of their ID, their social security card. Run a background check on them. I was on Reddit, and Reddit said that now Reddit is saying you can go to something called tenantbackgroundcheck.com, take their basic information, and basic information is a copy of their ID, social security card, pay stubs. Make sure you run their name through the register for different things like that you can do, but you do have to pay a fee or charge them a fee for you having to do that. Start your business, being a landlord. You have to find a way to survive. We all are going to have to find a way to survive. This just don't affect you. It affects my life too in an inadvertently way because they're still going up on my rent. Every time I just renewed my lease and they're still going up $25 a year, $25 a month for each year. Every time I started at this apartment with $2,800 and now it's over $3,000. So it affects my life too because I still got to do overtime and I still want to do trips. I still want to do things that I want to do, but I have to still downsize. So everybody is going to have to do some type of downsizing when they still want to live the life that they live. And if you want to, remember, all the rent is on you. I don't have nobody to go to and say, hey, can you pay my rent? I would love to, but I don't have that. And I live alone. I live by myself. So it just all depends on your situation. If I could get a roommate, I would, but that roommate is going to have to get vetted by the place that I live in. They're going to have to do a background check. They're going to have to be responsible for half of the rent if it's not paid, stuff like that. So I really don't want to be bothered with that right now. I'm really not in a situation where I have to get it. But if I would do, I would give this advice that I'm giving to you. I would take the same advice that I'm giving to you to do it for myself. When you're trying to get a roommate or renting a room, make sure you get references. See where they used to rent from. See if they have. Make sure you do a background check. I have everything linked in the description box for you guys as a reference. This is just something to help you with resources. Do your own research. That's my disclaimer in this video. Make sure you try to find out who these people are and make sure they don't move 5 other people in once they're in. Do an extensive background check. I'm not sure about this, but you might can go to the police station and have them do a background check. I'm not sure about that, but I know if you go through a realtor, you can pay them a certain amount and they will do all the background checks and all the things that's going on and make it clear to them, hey, once you move in here, it's going to be me and you. You can't have other people living in here. And, you have to get an understanding and get a feel for people. Interview a few people. Meet them at the Starbucks down the street. Interview them. Go on these different websites, Craigslist, and, offer up and do your research. Facebook. It is, always vet people. You can meet, or you can actually have a family member. Hey, come together. Let's live together. And some of these individual families that don't everybody want to have their own separate space. Why can't we come together, all have us a room in the house and share, the common areas? In my apartment, the bathrooms are attached to the room. So they don't have to share a bathroom with me. They can just have their own bathroom. Only thing we'll end up sharing is the living room, the balcony, the dining room, and the kitchen area. The washer and dryer, sharing the light and gas bill, stuff like that. So you will have to have all that stuff paid for and up before you get somebody else involved because, of course, they're going to want to see the balance of it as long as they've been living there. So the fifth and last thing is If you are a veteran, veteran affairs, check out your veteran affairs. Make sure you exhaust all your possibilities as being a veteran. Make sure you if you can get a VA loan or go to some of these credit unions that offer veterans grants and monies to try to get on your feet and try to do things that way. If you're a veteran, they have different services and monies that's excluded from everybody else, that's only for them. So make sure you guys do your research. I am praying for you because it's rough out here. People don't want to do right. I'm in a situation now where I got, my kids are growing up and they don't want to listen. They think this homelessness is a game. It's not a game to be homeless. Everybody needs to contribute to the household. There's no such thing as you just sitting doing nothing. Okay, we don't need people that's sitting and doing nothing. We need everybody to be working, going to school, trying to be an entrepreneur. Monies have to be paid for things. Nothing is free. Okay, even if you go to some of these shelters, and that's not a bonus right there. Some of these shelters help with getting you into a place. And some of them do give you temporary vouchers or temporary, living arrangements. But you have to, in that temporary space, get it in your head that you need something permanent. You an adult, you need permanent living. I've been trying to tell my kids is that they act like it's a joke. This is not a joke. You're a grown adult. Every grown adult should want to contribute to their own life. I'm not going to be here forever, and your mom and dad is not going to be here forever. So you have to be able to maintain your own household. You have to be able to take care of yourself when these people are not around anymore, or you're not living with them anymore. Sometimes grown people can't live in the same house because of differences that they have, cleanliness. It's a whole list of stuff of why people can't live together, but they just can't. So you have to have your own space. I get it. But this is some things that I wanted to share with you guys. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Any value out of this video, make sure you give me a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.